Streaming now.
Okay, okay. But
Boy, hold on. I'm struggling a little bit with the streaming tools. Also, I can smell
okay,
my food
okay.
burning. I haven't had breakfast today. Because nothing is burning. We're all good. So,
Hmm. Hmm.
are we live? I think we are.
Okay, okay, okay.
Good. Should let me start playing the music.
I mean, can I end my stream?
Yeah, you can end your stream. It's fine. We're gonna see if some people
Okay.
will tune in.
2 minutes. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm notifying people about my stream. Let me get the link of my stream. Um, Wait. Trying to get my stream so I can send the link to people. Share, copy. We're gonna put this link in my server. And put it here and here and here. I'm just putting this link everywhere. Everywhere. Some stuff. Okay. We got classroom, and on the side we got chat. And I think that does it for the layout. So, SPM,
Ah,
would you like to introduce yourself to anybody? Well, actually, let's wait for some people to tune in. Right now, we have nobody watching, or that's what my tool is telling me.
sorry. Literally, I'm not understand. Are you started streaming?
Yes, I started streaming. Right now, I don't see anybody watching, so my tool tells me that there's
Mm-hmm.
0 people. But if there is anybody watching, type something in chat, and we'll get started right away as soon as we get someone.
Sorry, I'm very bad at understand.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. You get better at English by practicing it. My English is
Yes,
not
yes.
perfect, but I got to an understandable level by practicing for years. So
Mm. But you speak very good, very nice.
thank you. Uh, I get that a lot, and I'm really happy with the way that is. So I think you can
Yes, yes.
also get to a level where you're happy with your English if you speak it a lot.
Yes, yes. But I want to like to speak like I want to speak like you.
Oh man, you can do it. Trust me. It just takes a lot of
Yes.
actually doing it.
Yes, yes. I will try now.
Oh gosh. You have a little bit of noise in your background. Do you think you could get to somewhere quieter, perhaps?
Okay. One second, literally, I'm not understand what they do right now. What's happening? I mean.
It's just there is some noise in your background, so people in my stream might not like that.
Okay, is our conversation in your YouTube live?
Right now, I am not seeing any activity in chat.
Okay, okay, no accident, but okay, okay. Are you playing games right now? They're playing games.
No, I'm not playing any games right now. I'm just sitting here in the classroom, and as you can see, I'm going to draw some arrows for you so that you see I'm here.
Okay, okay, I'm just opening classroom. Just open.
So you can see these arrows?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, good. So what we're going to do, SPM, and is there any other name you would like me to call you by?
Sorry.
Is there any other name you would like me to call you?
Pranit, Pranit, my name.
Sorry, what was that?
Are you asking my name?
I'm asking what you want me to call you.
Pranit, Pranit, my name.
Ranid?
Ah, yes, yes, Pranit. I'm just typing.
Oh yeah, yeah, I got it.
I'm saying Pranit.
Okay, trying to see if we got anybody here watching.
Mhm.
I think maybe right now would be a fine time to start. Even if nobody's watching, we should get going, right?
Okay.
Yo, we got
How
a
many
viewer in
days you are
chat.
just started? 1 year,
That's a
huh?
lot of that's a lot of noise. Do you have like a fan going on in the background or something?
Yes, yes, yes.
Well, I think as a streamer, you should probably invest in a microphone. It doesn't have to be like an expensive one or anything, just something to get you going. But either way,
Yes.
uh, let's start this coaching session, all right? The way we're going to do this is very simple. We are going to look at some of your past games that you lost, and we're gonna
Mm.
try and figure out what were the biggest mistakes that led you to losing. Okay?
Okay.
So the way I do this, I load game history, I look at SPM chess and lost and live games and search. So we can see here all of the recent games that you've lost. Let's start by looking at the first result. We have SPM chess versus Demos 84. We look at this game and I thought I pulled it up. Whoops. That was my bad. Yeah, can we pull this one up? Okay, I guess I'll have to make the moves as I see them here. Because how do I...
In classroom, there is. Can I stay here? Can I stay in classroom?
Yeah, you have to if you want to get coached.
Okay. What happened in this? Actually, I'm not understanding.
Oh, we can add
Can I
4
play?
games.
Can I play game or what?
No, we're not playing games. We're looking over the games that you lost recently.
Okay. Mm.
We got Zero IQ in the chat asking, will a 200 elo be able to follow with the coaching? Hopefully. I really hope that anybody watching can learn from this. So you're looking at the classroom right now and you can see all these, what I'm doing
Yes,
here?
yes.
Okay, good. So let's look at this game. See how it went for you. We have e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, the Italian opening. And I really like the Italian because you get active development early on and you get to castle on move. Was that on move 4? I stopped playing the Italian when I started playing the London, but the Italian is a really good choice if you ask me. The opponent goes h6, you play knight c3, pretty good, nothing wrong here, and now a3. A3 is not a mistake. I think a3 is fine. You definitely want to kick that bishop around, ask it what it's doing. I would have castled first myself. I think the idea of these moves, knight f3 and bishop c4, is to castle early, right? And I was watching the game live. It took you a really long time to castle from what I remember. We'll keep looking at that and see what happens. So a3, bishop takes c3, d takes c3. Okay, so there's a different couple of options here. You've got d takes c3 and b takes c3, right? And asking yourself what is the correct one, d takes c3 is better for developing the bishop quickly, but given that your opponent has just lost his dark squared bishop, and you can't put yours in this active square or this active square, I don't think developing your bishop is such a concern right now. So this does keep all of these pawns together, which is a nice thing, but another option to consider is also b takes c3, which would lead you to being able to push d4 in the future at some point, maybe, because you would have support from this pawn. Even though these pawns are doubled, I think they could help you build up a healthy center. But let's see, we have d takes c3, we have knight f6, so obviously your opponent wants to put pressure on the pawn that he just undefended, and I want to see if castling is an option here, because after he takes the pawn, you can put your rook here, pressuring this, and you have two attackers and he only has one defender. So I think I might have to ask the engine, but I think castling here is fine. If we look at the lines, so the engine wants queen e2. Queen e2 is a very reasonable move, just defending your pawn, defending your bishop, connecting your rooks in the future. I think that's fine. So, but what does it think about castling? Does it think that castling is good? Castles? It thinks castles is a bit of an inaccuracy. Yeah, but taking the pawn is not why. So if your opponent did take this pawn, like I say with rook e1, you are having a little bit of you have something going on here, right? With these attacks on this pawn, and you're going to finish your development. What did you play? You played bishop e3. Which, does that just hang a pawn? Well, your opponent took it, and you played queen d3. So here's the thing, right? The problem with this queen d3 is you're not thinking actively enough. So queen d3 attacks the knight, but if you had just moved 2 squares further, you would have been hitting the knight and mate, right? So with queen d5, you're threatening mate and you're threatening the knight. There's even a chance that your opponent could straight up blunder mate in 1. I guess there also is the option of bishop takes f7, takes, check, and then take the knight. I wonder which of those two options is better, actually. Oh, you know what? If you play queen d5, I think your opponent has knight d6, protecting mate and saving the knight. So that might not be the way to go. I think the way to go is bishop takes f7. So bishop takes f7, king takes, and then you give a check with the queen and you pick up the knight. I think that's the way to go. The engine agrees. The engine thinks that the best line is knight takes e5. That is a bit fancy. I wouldn't have thought of doing that first. It thinks that the other two lines are bishop takes f7 and queen d5. So I was at least there with my thinking. So in positions like these where you just got something taken, always consider these strong attacking moves, because something like queen d3, the opponent's knight can just move away, right? But if you look just a couple of squares further, you find a much stronger idea. Opponent goes back, you put queen f5. Queen f5 is a mistake because hold up, my food is burning again. I'm back, guys. Okay, so queen f5. There are several things wrong with queen f5. The engine thinks it's minus 4.8 because of queen takes f6. Wait, what? Oh, because of d5? Yeah. So we'll get into d5, but pretty much the biggest issue that I have with queen f5 is that you're just putting your queen out there to accomplish what? Like, very quickly, what was the idea of queen f5? Can you tell me your name again? Because I'm gonna take a few attempts to get it right. SPM, are you there?
Yes, yes.
Can you remind me about your name, because I kind of forgot. Sorry.
Pranit.
Pranit. Okay. Pranit, can
Yes.
you explain to me the idea of queen f5?
Actually, and that time I'm just going to madly, I mean, not a proper, I think. Maybe any chances to checkmate, I'm just going to that way. I'm waiting
So,
for mistakes. If he made any mistake, I'm just.
oh no, but okay, we have to fix that, because you can't just be moving your queen and waiting for your opponent to make a mistake.
Mm.
In this is what we call hope chess. When you make a move hoping that your opponent will make some kind of mistake, but if your opponent doesn't make a mistake, then they're just better. And in this position, the right move for your opponent is d5, because it hits the bishop and it hits your queen. See, when you put your queen out here like this
Yes,
in
yes.
the territory of your
Mm.
opponent, you're pretty much asking for your opponent to go hunted. And in this case, it would win your bishop, because you would have to move your queen away, your bishop gets taken, maybe you take this, take, and you castle. You have this position where it's equal except you don't have a bishop.
Yes, yes.
See, so here
Bad.
you're doing fine, but queen f5 immediately, if your opponent finds
Mm-hmm.
d5, then that's it, that's GG, you're done.
Yes,
Your opponent
yes.
your opponent, I don't think they found d5, they played 97, because I don't even understand the point of 97. I mean, it hits the queen, but it undefends this pawn. You didn't take it. Why didn't you? So anytime that a piece of yours is attacked, you should always take a minute to consider what the best thing you can do with that piece is, right? So in this case, your queen is being attacked, and you would love to retreat it back to a square where it is safer, but you also need to consider the things that are loose in your opponent's position. So here you have the pawn on e5. It was defended by this knight that just moved away. That means you can take the pawn. See that? We're gonna go without the evaluation. So your opponent didn't find d5, 97, queen d3, e4. So
Yeah.
e4. So we look at e4. That was a good move by your opponent. So e4, hitting your knight and hitting your queen. I think personally here, maybe there's something here like take, check, check here. No, there's nothing. So you just got forked. And I think the evaluation will agree with me. Yeah. So e4 looks like the best move to me. Here's another thing, and I have missed it too when there's a central fork, but basically asking yourself about your opponent's forward pawn moves. So in this case, this pawn is defended by the knight when it moves to e4, and it hits both of your pieces, so you're gonna end up losing something. Queen e2 takes, castles, and g4. I'm gonna say something about g4. I think it's good that you're trying to build up an initiative on this side of the board. But please, castle.
Yes.
I understand trying to do this, and I would do it too, but please castle queenside first.
Yes.
You really don't want to be pushing your advantage, which in this case you don't even have an advantage. You don't want to be pushing an initiative without being safe. So in this case you play g4, your opponent strikes back with d5. I think the bishop is probably fine on d3. Good. Takes. See, so now you lost this pawn. And took your bishop. So I'm just gonna go ahead and with c4 say that you're playing on the wrong side of the board, and you really don't want this to open up on your king, because then you can't castle queenside. So once again, before striking the center like this, I would really make sure that your king is castled first.
Yes.
You don't want your king to be in the center of all this action. You know, there's a rook coming down this file. This knight is gonna get out of the way and start bullying your pieces. So really, I think here, even though you just got your pawn taken, you shouldn't be thinking about striking. You should be thinking about, holy moly, I need to get my king safe. Sorry, I got a message. So, oops, hold up. Can we get another viewer in here? Do I still have that link copied? I do. Give me a second. I apologize, I was just doing something real quick. And let me just make sure that I'm remembering your name. Pranid,
Yes.
I think. Pranid, okay, good. So we have c4, knight takes bishop, and then see this rook coming down the file. So you're already getting in some into some problems here. You castled correctly, I would say, and now the knight jumps in. Queen f4, okay, you're just moving your queen away from danger, I understand that, keeping this, and also hitting this knight. Your opponent put the queen there, and you took the pawn. Okay. Rook e1, good. Take. I'm happy about this, and rook e5, I think rook e5 is good. I don't have any problems with rook e5. Now your opponent should probably try to move their knight away somewhere, like here maybe. But they don't. They put this rook here, and what did you do? So this rook and this queen are protecting. If you take this, he doesn't have to take back, he can take the rook. Hold up. Takes, queen gets taken, so this bishop is pinned. I say taking this, it could be a mistake. If instead of taking back with the bishop, they take the rook with their rook. So just calculate with me here for a second. Takes, your rook gets taken. So if they take the bishop there, you're fine. But if they take your rook, now they're actually attacking you, which is not pleasant. You took with a rook, so now of course they're going to take with a bishop, and this is the part where I tuned in and I was like, damn. Because you took this bishop. But the problem with that is that now they can play rook e5. They didn't find it, of course, you know, being 900 and all, but rook e5 was a killer move. Because you don't have a way out of this pin, and you're going to get your bishop taken. So now you're going to just beat down a rook. Opponent didn't find it, and you traded queens, so now you just have the situation with a bishop versus a rook.
Yes.
Which is unfortunately losing, but let's see how you play this out. Check here. Okay, you took a pawn, they took that pawn. And now, very tricky, by the way. I like that this was an idea that you had. Now you're getting your king active, which I really like. King b5, f5 good. Both of you are doing pretty sensible stuff. Taking pawns, which I like. Okay, so opponent made a queen. I think... I mean, honestly, I don't really expect you to stop that somehow. Gave a check. You kept pushing. So I think personally that this pawn that's closer to promotion is probably the best one to push, but I'm not really gonna judge you there. You did have 10 minutes. So you kept pushing. This pawn didn't need to move because it's defended by the bishop. I think here it was probably best to push this pawn, since it's an outside pawn, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult to stop. You took the rook, went here, check, and they snatch your bishop. Yeah, so there's a problem. You know, spotting this is just kind of like a small little thing, but I personally think this is a very tough position. Maybe putting your king, I don't know, like here or something to try to promote, I think is your best chance. Playing king d7.
Yes.
Check, they took your bishop. Okay, you push your pawn, and now they're promoting. What? Okay, if you wanted to stop this pawn, your last chance to do so was right here. Instead of pushing this pawn, you had to go back if you wanted to stop this pawn. Because of the square rule. You have to be in this square in order to stop the pawn from promoting. So going back with your king is not really going to... I see your idea. So you're moving the king over so that you can push this. So we make a little bit of a race here. So if you push here, they go here, king here, this, 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 this. They promote, you go here. They give some kind of check, they take your pawn and you can't promote. So this is lost. Unfortunately, your opponent knows how to mate with 2 queens, and that was it. So that was that. And now we don't just look at this and we think, oh my god, so stupid, how did you lose? No. Okay? The way we improve at chess is we're going to look at this game that you lost, and we're going to not try to correct every mistake, but try to correct the most important mistakes, right? What's the number one thing that you could take away from this game? Now, if we look at the way things went, getting a quick overview here. I would say we had a lot of one move thinking here, right? So the thing I would change about this is queen d3 instead of queen d5 is fine, but queen f5 I would really change that, because the thought process behind this should be the opening is not done because your king isn't castled, right? So you're not solid. Why are you playing queen f5? I mean, what is it even threatening? How are you threatening anything here? Queen f5 as a move just seems to lack any kind of purpose, and it's just like a one mover. You weren't thinking, and then you can get hit with d5 and you lose the game on the spot. And then here, when your knight gets when your queen gets attacked like this, you have to see that this pawn is hanging. Okay, I feel like a lot of these one move things is like you're lacking continuity of the position, right? So you see your queen is attacked and you move it back instinctively, not realizing that this pawn is now hanging because of the knight that just moved. Right? So if a queen like this gets attacked, for example, you always need to ask yourself, well, where is my queen gonna go? What do I do with it? Analyze your options. There's always more than one option. So you can say, okay, this is not safe, these squares are not safe, I can go to d3, can I take this pawn? It was defended before, but now it's not, so you can take it and see that there's no like hidden threat or anything, right? So does my opponent have any forward moves? Well, they can put their knight back, but I don't really care. Also, this knight is pinned, which is nice, so they can't actually go here. Maybe they can play d6, you can put your queen back, they can go here, that's all fine. But you can win this pawn in one move. That's the thing, the number one thing that you need to see here. So from this game, I would take that you have to work a lot on your one movers and your one move thinking, right? Pranid?
Yes.
Are you still in the classroom?
But in last, yes. One thing, go to end game.
Go to the end game?
Yes. Maybe I'm just thinking about any chances to stalemate. Going for almost yes. Go. Next. Yes, wait 1 second. Wait 1 second. Her back one step. Back 2 steps. Back 1 step. Yes, in this moment, if my okay, 1 step back, one more step back, one more step back. Okay, in this moment, if my king goes to b6,
To b6? It is on b6 right now.
Then after I'm use my pawn b5. I mean whatever he just going to yes, yes. Just my king goes to a7. If my and I'm also cover with pawn cover with pawn to king. So any chance to stalemate, I'm thinking about that.
I'm also thinking about that. It seems like if here you chose to go to a7, he would push, and then you could
Mm,
push, and with this check, you could try to block this. So this
mm,
pawn would be pinned, your king couldn't go anywhere, and you wouldn't be able to push this pawn either. But I'm trying to see what's wrong with that. Here, check, pawn blocks. Your opponent can take this pawn. Because this pawn is pinned to the king, they can take this pawn, and then your king will go
okay.
here, and they'll checkmate you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Mm,
unfortunately, at this point, there's not very much that you can do
okay.
against two queens.
When I'm playing, I'm just thinking about that after that move. But okay, it's no chances. No chance.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. You look for anything you can get, right? It's the same with me. I remember one of my recent games, I had a very clutch draw. It was by repetition.
Mm-hmm.
I was really happy with it actually because of how badly that game was going. I was really happy with the draw.
Yes, yes. But actually, after 2 hours or 3 hours of streaming after, I'm just tried something. So blunder
Of
move
course.
success.
So this game, my takeaway would be to the principles first and foremost, right? Because what are you doing in this position playing Queen f5 when you haven't castled? You haven't even castled yet. See, if you were
Mm.
castled queenside and there was a rook here, then Queen f5 would be no issue because
Yeah. Yes, in this moment,
see,
actually, my plan is take that pawn. I mean, e5 pawn with my knight.
if if you had a castled queenside and you had a rook here, then Queen f5 d5 wouldn't have been so terrible for you because
Yes, yes. It was blunder. Oh, I think, yeah. Not properly thinking about that.
then actually it would have still been terrible. What am I talking about?
Yes, yes,
No,
and
wait, hold up. I'm trying to figure this out. No, Queen f5 is just not good. Uh, so stick to your principles is what I would say from this game, because for the longest time you hesitated to castle queenside, even though you knew what you wanted to do over here, and also moves like Queen f5. They say that you shouldn't put your queen out into your opponent's territory so early, and it's for a reason, man. These moves like d5 will mess you up if you do get
Mhm.
better and you increase your rating. Because if you're playing 1510 against someone rated, I don't know, like 1200, they will find d5. They will see it. They'll see this queen in their territory and they'll say, how can I attack it while gaining tempo? And they'll spot the move d5.
Yes, yes. I'm also use that move. I remember something to take queen most of the time.
Yeah, so you need to really be careful about where you put your queen and when. Because the board opens up and you start losing everything. Now queen d3,
Mm.
queen d3 is the other move where I really think that you should analyze more of your options. Because here there was just a free pawn, right? But you were thinking about retreating because your queen just got attacked. Always think about your aggressive options. And I would say it's all about asking the right questions. So how do I look at my aggressive options, Blanky? Well, checks, captures, and attacks. Is there a check that I can give? Is there anything that I can take? Can I attack something? In this case, this check sucks because, well, you lose a bishop and I don't really see your follow-up. All of these squares are controlled. But if you just look one square to your left, you can see that this pawn can be taken fully for free. See? Queen d3, here, takes, okay. Like I said, at g4, not good. You should be castling. Your king needs to be safe before you start thinking of attacking. And it's not always the case. You know, you'll see many top chess players playing in professional tournaments and they'll ignore opening principles sometimes, but these are very rare cases, and the only reason they can afford to do that is because they're grandmasters and they know what they're risking and how to deal with that risk. But as a beginner, I would really recommend don't break the opening principles for any reason.
Mm. Yes, yes.
So your opening was almost great, but the last thing that you didn't do is you
Yes,
just didn't
yes.
castle.
Mr. Stress. Yes.
Okay, so that's what I would do for your next game is try to just finish the opening stage by making sure your king is safe, safely castled, and
Mm.
all your pieces are developed, and don't play moves like queen f5, because the truth is, in the opening stage, you shouldn't be thinking about attacking. You should be thinking about development and king safety. Those are the two important things for you in the opening,
Yes,
right?
yes.
After your king is safe and your pieces are developed, then you can start thinking about how to get mistakes from your opponent. So it was all pretty much fine after that. I don't really have any major complaints here, so I think that does it for this game. So now, we're gonna go over it again. Ranid, what did you learn
Mm.
from reviewing this game?
That you need to catch it long catch it. Don't working in center position. Not proper protection.
Right, you need to get your king castled, and what else?
And pin position also very bad. I'm just going to randomly. That movie is very bad, I think.
Exactly. You don't want to play all of these like one movers, like putting your queen on f5 for no reason. I don't really see the idea, and I'm not really sure what that you know the idea either, because clearly, when your opponent blundered a pawn, you didn't see it. So, if I had to give you three takeaways, actually
Mm.
just two. Let's bring it down to two takeaways. How's that?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I did talk about the background noise in Sanjay's audio. Not Sanjay, Praniv.
Then,
Sorry.
then, yes, yes.
Sanjay is the commenter. I did talk about the background noise in Praniv's audio. I'm not really sure. Is there anything that we can do about that? Because it has been bothering me a little bit.
Mm. Actually, my mobile charger also 7%, I think.
It's okay. Listen, we're probably going to end the coaching session soon anyway. But
Mm.
now that we've looked at this game, we can have some takeaways, right? Number one, don't ignore the opening principles ever. So if you're in the
Mm.
opening stage, you need to play the opening stage. So you need to go ahead and just get developed, put a pawn in the center, put your pieces out, castle as early as possible. Yes, and that way you will
Yes,
have a
yes.
decent opening every single time.
Mm.
And that way, at least, your mistakes will not be in the opening. They will be in the middle game, and then we can go ahead and look at those. And those are a different thing to tackle. After your opening is completed, then we focus on the other things.
Yes, yes. And I learned long castling also. That
Right,
was good.
long castling, definitely you want your king to be safe. That's one of the opening principles. In case somebody here doesn't know the opening principles, it's Control the center, develop your pieces, and castle. Those are the 3 opening principles.
Yes.
You do those 3 things, and you
Most
have a
of the
fleet open.
most of the times I'm not going to long gathering, but they say that not good.
What freaking truck in your background, man? Dude, are you out in the street right now? Why is there so much noise? Oh my god. Can you guys hear the music, by the way? Anybody in chat right now, tell me if the music is audible. I might have to raise the volume. Okay. Oh my god. So, Praniv, I think that what you're lacking and why you're stuck at 900 elo is because you need to do more of this. After games that you lose, you need to take your own time. It doesn't have to be on stream. You have to take your own time and sit with yourself and try to figure out what it was that you did wrong. Not move by move, but on a fundamental level. What could you have improved about your play? And in this case, well, it's simple. The reason why the opening principles exist is because they work. And if you did something that ignores the opening principles, then you need to kind of catch on to that and be aware of it. Yes?
Yes.
I've seen the way that you review your games on stream, and I really disapprove of it. Because what I'll see you do is you'll go into the game review, and you'll start going through the moves pretty quickly. And anytime that there's a mistake, like a question mark, you'll just go back and forth, as if you're trying to burn the pattern into your memory. But then I see you going into new games and the pattern is not there. Right? The pattern recognition is not there. You need to analyze what the mistake was, what kind of mistake, why you made it, and how to avoid making it in the future. If you can rationalize each of your mistakes after you lose a game, then I think you will see a lot of improvement. I really want you to get better, Praniv. I want to see you get to 1,000, to 1,100, to 1,200. It would make me really happy.
Okay.
So here's what we're gonna do now. Why don't we play a rapid game? And we go through it step by step, and you tell me about your thought process. Nave, are you there?
Yes.
So how about we just play a rapid game against each other, and you'll talk me through your thought process, and we'll see if we can get a nice game. Did you understand what I said?
Sorry.
Yes. Let's play a rapid game, right? Like 15, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. And you'll talk me through your thought process so that we can get you to play a decent game.
Can I play with you or some other?
No, me. Yeah, you'll play against me.
Okay.
So let's end the classroom, okay?
Okay.
And I'm gonna send you an unrated challenge. Unrated. I'll pick up the black pieces this game, and we'll see how it goes. By the way, guys, I didn't tell you about this on stream, but I hit 1,400 a couple nights ago. I was just playing on my own off stream. It's a real shame, you know. I didn't stream because I said, oh, I'm just gonna lose and embarrass myself, and it's not gonna be good content. But then I won, and I hit 1,400. Big shame. SPM, are you getting sorry, Pranid, are you getting the challenge?
Yes, yes. Not. In
Oh, let me make
chess.com.
it again.
Wait
Yeah,
one
on
second.
chess.com. Play a friend. Hold on. I'm gonna go back to your account and send the challenge. It's gonna be 15 minutes, and there we go. Man, this music slaps. Do I have it on loop? I think I do. Okay, we have I have the black pieces, and Praniv, I'm simply gonna ask you to walk me through your thought process. Okay, for each move, I want you to tell me what you're thinking about. Praniv? Sorry, Pranid? Hello? Pranid? I can't hear you. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, now I can hear you. So tell me
Okay,
about
when I go to
e4.
chess.com, I think my voice not audible to you, I think. But your voice is audible to me.
Oh, no, that's a shame. Are you on phone or something?
Yes, phone right now.
Okay, well, tell me about your ideas in the opening. Talk me through your thought process. Well, guys, I think we lost him. Big shame, honestly. Okay, since we lost him, I guess I'm just going to end that call with him, and...
Okay, is my voice audible?
Yeah, your voice is audible, but I really wished that you could talk me through your moves here. Like, I can tell you about my move bishop c5. The idea is I'm not playing into the fried liver, that's it.
Okay,
The fried liver is not like... I wouldn't fall for the fried liver, but it definitely... It's just kind of a weird and sharp line. I want to get into something more normal. That's why I'm playing bishop c5 first, so that I can now play bishop f6 and castle. Now I castle, and I'm all fine. Now I'm looking at how many defenders you have on this square. You have 3. I don't have enough for that, so... Okay, so if I take this, I'm doubling your pawns into the center. Your king has less protection then, but I'm not sure... Like, if I take this bishop and I start attacking, that wouldn't be really effective. I'm thinking also about the possibility of putting my bishop back and getting this rook open, potentially. I think, personally, if I can take this and start putting pawns on light squares, I might be okay with that. Let me pull up chat. Do a blunder on purpose for awareness test? Don't think so. So, let's see. Your bishop is hitting my bishop. They're staring at each other. We both have knights developed. I don't have my center solidified. If I take this, I would be doubling my pawns, which is not great. If I put my bishop back and you take it like this, I can open my rook and be happy. If I take your bishop, I would be doubling your pawns, but into the center. I'm not sure if I'm so happy about that. I also have to consider the possibility of this weakening your king a little bit. I don't trust it, and frankly, since I would like to play something like this, gaining space in the future, I'm not sure about my bishop going back here. So maybe what I do here is I take this right away and then I go for this. And then these light squares might counteract your bishop. What if your bishop goes here? Do I have rook b8? Okay, I think... Can I jump a knight into the center, perhaps? How would that work? That would hang this pawn. I'm stupid. F5. Okay, I decided I'm going to trade this bishop. I'm not going to complicate myself too much. And now with this doubled pawn, I would like to open this file. But I don't like this bishop. Right? It stops me from playing f5 in the future. I think a good move here, maybe d6. I'm gonna solidify my center before thinking about anything else. Again, I'm showing how to play principled chess, so this is just normal stuff. I'm not doing anything flashy, maybe I'm not being the most precise, but this is just how you should play at the 900 level. Okay, the queen moved, so you might be thinking about castling queenside. I'm gonna play a6 to discourage you from doing that. If you castle queenside, I'm gonna start grabbing space on this side of the board. Okay, we're going for that then. Now on bishop d5, I'm thinking just rook b8. Yeah, so my knight is hanging. I'm thinking bishop d6, I'm thinking rook b8. Can one of your knights jump in? Not really. I'm also thinking about just taking this, opening something up over here, but I'm not really sure. Taking this bishop, you could take with your knight. Would I struggle then to move things out of the way? Like maybe... And also this rook could be useful in the future. Since this pawn is not really easy for you to attack, I think rook b8, but I need to watch out for my knight. Maybe I start by doing this and then rook b8. Or put my bishop on d7. I think I got it. If I place my bishop on d7 and then a rook here, so it's facing the king, and then I can start gaining some space over here, so that should be fine. Does my opponent have any ideas on this side of the board? Is he threatening something like this? Well, not really, but kind of. I think, again, can I take this bishop? Would that be a fine idea? Not really. I mean, he can get his knight into my position and I don't like that. So I think, honestly, and I haven't moved this bishop yet, so... Either bishop d7 or bishop b7 is what I'm considering here. And then, where will this knight go? This knight can go to e7, for example, and be fine on that square, because if then I want to get into some of that, maybe. Let's look at some of my opponent's options. Does he have maybe d4? This break in the center takes have a nice and healthy center. So if I put my bishop on d7, and he goes d4, and I would like to ignore that by going like rook c8. Can he take, and then take that? Not really. What's the difference between these two moves fundamentally? Well, this one goes on a longer diagonal, and it doesn't block this vision of the queen. I think personally I'm going to go with oh, but then this is pinned to that. So I want to move my knight out of the way eventually. I would have to play rook b8. Rook b8 could support a pawn push over here. Right, so bishop d7. b8 takes, I think bishop d7. Bishop d7 is fine. I shouldn't have spent that much time on a single move. And I'm already starting to think, should I put my rook on c8 or b8? Because I want to push over here. I'm not sure where his knight is going to go. If I move my knight out of the way, this would be defended. Right, so something like moving my knight out of the way, hitting this, play b4, knight here is defended, so his knight has to go back instead to one of these squares. And then where do I want my rook to be after that? Here it would be guarding the pawn, here it would be pinning this. So maybe I could get in with my knight and start putting some pressure somehow. Actually, that would be kind of a massive threat. If I put my rook on c8 and I push b5 going here... Oh, but then b5 occupies that square, so I'm not sure about that. Putting a knight here? No. Once again, I would like to look at some of my opponent's ideas because he's probably going to start... Okay, so he breaks in the center. Do I want to take that? First and foremost, I don't think that's good for me if I take that. Now if he takes this, what is he threatening? Can he take that? Yes, but I don't think it's good for him. Can I play a pawn push of my own? If I play b5, he can put his knight here. Is he threatening to go to either of these squares? Not really. This knight is pretty dominated if I play b5, so it would probably have to go to a better square like e7 from where it could go here. I personally think that this is a bit risky because this pawn is hit, but maybe I can defend it. Here, this. And also maybe I should get my queen out of this center, right? Because though I'm not really in any danger per se. Just rook here to put some pressure on this king, I think. I think rook c8. So I am down on time a lot, but I would say that my moves are pretty solid. And I like how he's been playing so far, right? Just trying to develop his... Sorry, I got a call. Sorry, I got a call. I'll be right back. Wait, is it my turn? No, it's his turn. It's his move now. My move. Okay, so h3, I think he's going for some of this. Am I really afraid of that? He might have some idea like g4, g5. Can I put my knight over here? That doesn't seem like a very happy square for my knight. Now, if he plays g4, can I stop him by going h6? He can go here, takes here, putting pressure on that, but I can push. He can put his knight here. I don't really like how this file would be open for my king. Am I afraid? g4, h6, g5, takes, or simply going here. What about my attack? Right? My attack idea, b5. If he brings his knight over here, I want to hit it like that. And also bring some more support over here, right? So if I bring this knight over here, not only am I hitting the center, but after g4, h6, g5, my knight has somewhere to go, and right, so I think I'm not afraid of his idea, and I think he should be more afraid of my idea because mine is coming first. The knight goes out of the way. Maybe I should bring my knight back first. How can I get into his territory? If I go like this, then these pawns are well supported and this knight is not really threatening to go back. I think I'm going to bring my knight back. Prophylaxis, right? I just want to be safe before playing b4, and then, okay, yeah, so as expected, he's playing this. And personally, I think I don't want to allow him to do this, so I'm going to play h6. Because h6, g4 takes. Takes is not so great, even though he does have this open file. I think h6 is fine. If he goes g5, I can go here. If he takes, I actually have something here, maybe? Because this file is not open. Can he start attacking it by opening the center? Doesn't look so easy for him. If I go here and he takes, and I take and he takes, maybe I can put a knight here, but then he can take. So I'm not sure. Knight h7, he can take. I can even go here, perhaps. Then if this center opens... If I take this and he tries to open, I can push. But if takes and takes back, maybe I can take, and take that. Should I open? I think I'm gonna take that. Okay, so now he's looking to take with the knight. Now which of these knights do I take with? I want to take with this one, right? And then takes, knight here, takes. What if I remove this knight first? Right? What if I start by going here? And then I can take that. I actually think that's a really good option. I'm gonna go with that. b5, his knight has to go away. I take this. I'm defending my pawn, and then I'm defending my pawn with a knight. Maybe he can push, but that would be pretty weird of him to do. Okay, his knight is going back there. I think take is fine. Sure, takes, defending this. Can he go takes? Wait, I didn't look at that. After takes, does he have takes? This knight is undefended. Takes. Oh. But then after takes, if he takes this, I can take his knight. If he can take mine, I can take. This is hanging. Do I want to open the center now, perhaps? If I open the center now, then this is no longer hanging. If I take this and he take the knight, he takes this back, this is hanging. So I think this should be fine. So if he takes this, now I'm thinking of just taking the knight. So I've opened this up, I want to take the knight. And so that if he takes with the queen like this, I can take that. Okay, he's hitting... Oh, wow. Wait, that's kind of nice. Hold up. He found something. So he's pushing. He's hitting my knight. He's defending his own. I like what he's doing. Can I put a knight here? If I put my knight here and he takes, can I give a check? Then what? His king has to go out. And then I can take that. Good. So I think I'll put my knight here. Does he have some pressure on my bishop after takes? Here, he does have pressure on my bishop. Here, takes. I can take that, and I'm threatening some kind of discovery here with a pin, which is really nice. So I'm gonna put my knight here. And now he can't take this, because don't forget about your knight, right? Your knight is hanging. And then I can play a5. I'll be right back. Apologies, I just had to do something real quick. So let's see what's happening here. I have 3 minutes against 11, which is unusual for me. Okay, so now I think just a5. a5, and we're solid, right? If he takes this... It's a good move, actually. I can't take that because of this. Oh, but I can because of this. Wait, that's a nice little trap. If I take this and he takes like that, I can actually give this check. He has to go here and I win his queen. What if he takes with the knight? That's an interesting idea. If he takes with the takes this with the knight. I can set this up. Right, so that if he takes with this, I have this idea again. So I'm gonna take that, see what happens. I don't know if he's stream sniping. That would be really funny if he's stream sniping and he sees all of these ideas. Okay, He's actually playing shockingly well. If I do this, if I take this and I give a check and he goes here, I check, he takes this. Oh wow. Wow, okay, this is actually really interesting. I'm considering this bishop move because if he takes, I can take. If he takes, maybe I have this check, but not really. I am up a pawn, which is something noteworthy. I can also just push a pawn. What are his ideas? He wants to keep pushing this pawn, maybe put another rook down here. Wow. I have to think for a moment here. Maybe just bishop here, trying to win this. How can I be really aggressive? Just defending my pawn, making sure everything is protected. Did I hang my bishop? Is this free? Oh shoot, wait. I think I just made a mistake. Can you just take my bishop? Oh my god, guys. Wait. GG. Now let's see, if I take this, he can take back with the rook, but then I must have some kind of like check over here and start pressuring, but I just know that I'm going to take this. But what is the best way to take it? Like that. I'm just gonna take it normally, and now I start putting pressure, right? So I'm gonna give that check first. Queen here. I am really shocked by how well he's playing. This is not his usual playing strength. So I'm going to have to start pulling out something crazy at some point. And I might protect it tonight like this. I want to go f5 maybe. If I know anything about about 900s, I'm not sure how he's gonna deal with this queen. Like that. Jesus Christ. is tough, I won't lie. Like, he can take this pawn. Hmm. Jesus freaking Christ. Yo, this 900, I'm really not liking how this 900 is playing. A 900 should be dead by now. God damn it. Using a stockfish? No, I think I would be dead right now if I was playing stockfish. I don't think this is a case of cheating. I'm not losing, and even if I was, I wouldn't say it as a case of cheating. Okay, so he took that pawn. Can I just take that? Oh no, because my queen is hanging. Jesus Christ! He's finding some moves, I tell you. How is he finding all the counterplay?
$20.
Yeah, I know I have 20 seconds. Like, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I watch this guy's streams. I know how he plays. This is much better than usual. Hmm. I don't have any time to think. Jesus. Okay. We got him now. That was messy, but we got him now. You came up with all of these moves yourself. If you're not using like an engine or anything, I have to say I'm very proud of the way you played this game. For a 900 holding off like that and surviving this position, I think this is pretty good. Centralize my king. A check. Queen G1. Queen G1 wasn't checkmate, dude. Okay, now he's giving a bunch of pawn checks. I'm gonna take in peasant. Sorry. Apologies, my fellows. All my fellows. Have you ever been watching test shorts on YouTube? And then you have like the AI subtitles, and whenever the streamer says pawns, it subtitles it as PONDS, pawns. I think that's really funny. Like, yes, my pawns. I'm going to push my pawn, guys. Look, I have a powerful passed pawn, so I'm going to push it. Played, Praniv.
Thank you, thank you.
I mean, you didn't really crumble until the end game or anything. So you actually held up pretty well. I say if you go and play a game against a 900 rated opponent like that, you will end up winning probably. Now, assuming you weren't like stream sniping or anything. And apparently I got a brilliant move. Let's look at that. I'm really interested to see. Did I play a brilliancy against SPM chess, guys? So this was my brilliancy. Wow. I apparently played the wrong follow-up though. Played the wrong follow-up. Oh, wait, oh. See? I'm bad at chess. I didn't realize. This is still a threat, and if the king goes back, I can take that. Oh. Oh. You know what? I didn't see that. I guess everybody here has something to learn. Rook d8 was wrong. I had to take this knight first, defending this, hitting that, and still threatening that. Oh. You see? I shouldn't get low on time like this, because when I have 2 minutes left, I don't spot the right follow-ups. So if I had to learn something from this game, honestly, just not spending so much time on these moves. Because you can see all of my ideas were fine here. Like, okay, this wasn't great. I had to go here right away pushing this. And yeah, I could have probably taken something here. But honestly, not getting so low on time. I had some good ideas here. But after these, I didn't spot that if I go here, this king really can't go back anywhere because of the knight. And if he goes back here, he hangs the rook and I take. And then something. Wow, what a game. Pranit, you did really well this game. I think this was much better than your usual, and we both have something to learn from looking at this, but I applaud you. This was a really good performance compared to all of your other games that I've seen. Keep playing like this, you'll hit 1,000. Trust. And I have to look at more tactics like this, because this is just crushing and I didn't see it. I had 2 whole minutes to think about it too. Oh, of course that's the winning move. You know what? I can sit here and be mad at myself, but I'll just try to have a takeaway from this, right? So immediately I played this. I should have analyzed the other available option, which I didn't even bother to do. That's my takeaway. Do I think I could write a whole book about your mistakes and how to improve? I don't know. A whole book? I don't think so. Yeah, very instructional game. And I'm really happy with... I mean, I'm not happy about the fact that I missed the follow-up. Obviously, if this was a brilliant move, I should have found the follow-up, but... I played too quickly. Played too quickly on this one move. This was obviously better, and yeah. Yeah, and then there was takes, this was a draw. Yeah. So, you know, guys, we win some and we lose some. I'm not really great at chess, but I'm trying to be good. And Pranit, I think you did a really great job today. Do you have any closing words? Would you like to say to my stream before leaving?
Yes, yes. First of all, thank to play with you, and I'm also focusing on. I mean, I need to focus more, and thank you to play with you. And I'm very bad with in person very bad with. So I need to
Oh,
learn about that also. Thank you.
yeah, I also want to play over the board, especially since I'm not attending college this semester. I would like to play some over the board to get better. But yeah, I guess the biggest thing to say here for this stream is we all have something to learn. You know, we make good moves
Yes.
and we make bad moves, and I definitely made some good and bad moves today.
Mm,
So, yeah, I think that was a good coaching session, and I hope that next time you play, you'll do better, and I think you will.
okay. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Yeah.
So with that, I'm going to end this call. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Of course,
I'm
of
also go
course.
to sleep. Okay.
Go have a break.
Thank you.
Yeah, go to sleep, take a break, and
Thank.
we'll hope that you have some good games next time you stream.
Definitely. Definitely. This will definitely help me my games.
I hope
Definitely help
so.
me my games. Thank you.
Okay, well, good night, Brenid. Thanks for
Okay. Good night.
thanks for coming into the stream.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye. Well, guys, that was the chess coaching session with Brenid. As you guys could see, he did really well today. I think that he played a very nice game of chess against me, and it would have been a draw if he found, you know, all of these ideas and everything. I mean, queen takes f3 was just so obvious, and I shouldn't have missed it, but we 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 learn from these mistakes for next time. Yes, so everything is okay. That was a pretty intense game, honestly. I don't even usually play e5. I usually go for the Caro-Kann, which would have totally worked to make it easier against him, but that wasn't really my purpose. I just wanted to play a principled game of chess, and I think that I managed to do that just fine. I have to get that pattern in my head, though. I remember on a different game that I played, I made a brilliant move, but then I didn't find the right follow-up, and it all has to do with the king's lack of mobility. Really, if I had just found how immobile the king was, sometimes it's better not to rush the attack, and there are better options available. Anyway, I should have just considered every possibility anyway. It was a mostly good game, but I made a terrible mistake, and I don't feel happy about that. Like my friends from the Highlander Chess Club, they would have found that. They would have found the queen takes f3, still threatening with the pin, and also a whole bunch of... I'm just really not happy about how I did that. We do what we can, guys. I'm not a perfect chess player, but we'll get there. We'll get there, yeah, and maybe one day I'll be 1500. In case you missed it, I said it earlier. I have on my main account I hit 1400, which is something we can all be happy about. And this was a very entertaining coaching session to me. I don't know to everybody else. I know that there was the background noise and all of that, but how long have I been streaming? 2 hours? very hectic. Oh no, Sanjay is not my coach, and he's not a GM, but he is quite strong, much stronger than me. I think this is probably a good time to end stream. The coaching session is over, and I'm not going to play any more games right now. I am a little bit exhausted. Not like exhausted, but I could take could go for a small break. But thank you so much to everybody who tuned in. You know, these coaching sessions, I hope they're helping someone. It's also useful for me since I have to teach children how to play chess pretty soon. So maybe I'll play some games later, maybe I'll stream again, maybe not. You guys take care. Thank you for watching.